Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. And I'm Rom Wills. Now, of course, I'm usually more enthusiastic saying welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm usually doing an inspirational message, uplifting message. But today my message is a bit more, I'll say, not as inspirational, but it's a message that has to be made. And that's talking about mental health. And we really need to have a conversation about it. Now, just to let you know real quick, this isn't anything with me. But there are several people in my circles, loved ones, and then people I encounter just in everyday life. And a lot of times, especially when I'm known for talking about relationships, business, deep thought, whatever. I mean, I can give you an opinion on many things. But at the base of everything is just people. And what I'm finding is a lot of people's issues in life have to do with their mental health. It really does. There's a lot of people suffering depression. That's a mental health thing. There's many people suffering loneliness. That should be considered a mental health issue. Human beings are not meant to be by themselves. We are actually biologically built to interact with other people. I mean, you can actually feel it when you validated by another person, when you're acknowledged, when you're accepted, when you're admired. That actually does something for you. So if you don't get that can be an illness. That can actually lead to an illness. It's just like when someone's in the hospital. They do a lot better when they have a bunch of people visit them, bring them flowers, cards, sit there and hold their hand than they do if they don't. And I've actually had conversations with medical professionals on this, as particularly nurses. They see it. They see it. And you can talk to any nurse listening to this. They could probably tell you that. It makes a big difference. And that's just one thing. You have people suffering from schizophrenia. Bipolar. It's very important that we look at mental health. And as I said, I really do it in relationships. I do, I'm known for that. But a big issue, and there's been times when I've done one-on-one coaching and I've recommended that someone I'm coaching, I said, you know what, this is beyond what I can deal with. You need to talk to a mental health professional. Because it's a big thing. One thing, there's a little stigma with it. There's a stigma with it. If we think somebody crazy, like you crazy, and, we make a motion with our fingers to the head. But no, it's serious. If you said somebody said they had cancer or something like that, you wouldn't make a motion around your heart or your throat or wherever the cancer might be and stuff. You would be like, oh, wait a minute. Is not a laughing matter. It's something that we need to look at. If somebody's trying to relate to somebody, how much of it is based on whatever mental health issue they got, and how much of it is based on healthiness? In fact, I once said the people who should be really leading the charge dealing with relationships. Well, two types of people. One, of course, people who've shown that they've had some level of success on whatever aspect of relationships they want to deal with. But mental health professionals, many people before they really try to get into a relationship might need to go through therapy. They might have to deal with it. Because one of the things with that, you can trace virtually every single relationship issue to something in someone's childhood. Almost every single one. Even if something happened as an adult, the base had something to do with when they were young. Some trauma, something like that. And not necessarily something like sexual molestation, though some that can cause mental health issues. It could be something just feeling like you're rejected by an opposite sex parent. at a certain age. That's a big one. And yes, that can be a mental health issue if it causes someone to have problems just functioning or being able to have a normal relationship or even function in the world. Sometimes even on jobs, not even about the relationship, but just being able to go through everyday life by themselves. We all seen those people who, they might be hard to get along with on the job, or even on the job, they can't really seem to do the work. Some of it can be incompetence. Some of it could be some mental health issue they're dealing with. Some people not being able, some people spending. I knew of a woman, and she suffered a lot of mental health issues, who spent compulsively even though she didn't have the money to do so. And is in a bad way now. I've known plenty of it. Compulsion. People who gamble away stuff. That's a mental health thing. That's a mental health thing. And I think we really need to look at it. Now, and I'll say now, a personal part with me, I say there's no issue with me. But I'm the child of a mentally ill mother. I don't recall any time in my life when she wasn't suffering from mental illness. That's the thing. And, a lot of children, a lot of people who grow up under that affects them too. Because even the caretakers, because it's something that touches all of us. It's something. It's not just the people suffering, but the people who are mentally stable, relatively in this culture. I mean, I think we all got something. It's just a matter of how much we can function, but you're still dealing with it. So I was seeing that from a childhood. That's why I tell people I had to grow up early. So I've seen it up close and personal. And I see that when I talk with people, or you got a lot of young men, women, their mindset is different because they had to live in that environment. And see, I think we need to. Now, yeah, one of the issues I have, though, I'm going to tell you what, one of the issues I have is for many people, the solution to it is some pills. It's like, oh, you're depressed, take this pill. You're bipolar, take this pill. That's only masking it. That's only masking the issue. That's putting a Band-Aid on it. I think we have to get down to it. And yeah, in some cases, it can be a chemical imbalance. It really can be. It really can be. And a mental health issue, professional will have to speak more to that. But I think, I don't think it's always that. I really don't. But I do think whatever the case is, someone going to a counselor, it doesn't have to be a therapist. It could be a minister. It could be an elder. Sometimes you need to talk it out. Like I said about the loneliness. Someone might need, they might need somebody to reach out to them, like say, hey, why don't you come out with me or something like that. It might just be somebody just needs somebody just to pay attention to them. It's a lot of factors. I mean, it's a lot of factors in it. And I don't claim to be an expertise on it. The only thing I can tell you I have some expertise on is growing up with a mentally ill mother. But, everything else, I mean, I really think we need more mental health professionals weighing in on many things going on out here. I really do. And I think that's something we need to be conscious of, even when we're dealing with people. When I'm dealing with someone and I see there might be something there, then I realize, hey, I got to change maybe how I'm approaching it. And as I said, if I'm coaching someone and I feel like they need a mental health professional, I'm quick to say it. Money isn't worth someone actually being better. And I would love to have that. In fact, I think there's a mental health professional, a psychologist I'll probably be reaching out to, maybe to do some interviews. Because I think that's very important. I think we need to look at that. Because if we're not right within ourselves, if our mental health isn't what it needs to be minimally functional in this society, then how is that person going to relate to another person? In some cases, how are they even going to take care of themselves? Real talk. So I just wanted to share that today. As I say, I know I do mostly uplifting things, but one of the things I want to do too is if there's an important message that needs to be said, I'll use this platform to say it. It's not all about who's getting over on who or who is dating who and, what issues people have with the opposite sex or, what issue they have with some incident that happened publicly. Often people have their own battle to fight inside of them. Everyone has demons. Everyone has a demon. And it's something we need to really look at. One of my challenges in life, one of my personal challenges was just compassion. Just understanding that. So I know if I can work on it, I know other people can work on it as well. And, I'd like to see more of a dialogue, or at least more of awareness. Really would. So anyway, I want you to think on what I said. Just think on it, all right? Just think about what I've said. Anyway, everyone have a beautiful day today. Peace and blessings.